What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Nothing But The Truth with your girl. One of my friends calls me Melanie, and I call him Shmulian. Guess what his name is if I call him Shmulian?
Hooligan.
Nope, it's not a name.
Hooligan.
No, a name. It's a real name, Ben.
Julian?
There you go. Third time's the charm. This man said hooligan, and I don't even know what you said the first time. It's not a name. But anyway, shout out to my guy Shmuels, and shout out to all of you'ls. And shout out to Benjamin in the stew. What's really good? How you doing?
It's amazing.
Love that for you. Okay, so I've been thinking, I think I'm gonna get back into the rap game. Yeah, you heard it here first. Yeah, oh, okay. You took that. Hey, Ben took that literally. So I'ma go ahead and my rapping and flow is going outside. Yeah, it's not hitting the flow. Oh no, I'm about to go straight through that dough. Okay, let's go. My name is Mel, and can't you tell? I don't really know how to do it well, but guess what? Oh well. I'ma go ahead and flow the way I know. You know I know how to do it like this. I go low. How low can you go? Go low. How low can you go? Low, good, high, get high, yeah. I'ma go and fly. Goodbye, yeah. I'ma go and fly, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Who's that over there? Is that what Jermaine? What do you know? What do you think? I'm keeping 100.
Hey.
I go to the bank. To the bank.
On the bank.
Yeah, pull up in an army tank.
Boom.
Got that stuff on. You know it stank.
Ooh.
That gives me boogeyman vibes. You know I'll give you hoodie man vibes. Oh, yo. And then put the hood up.
Yeah.
They went crazy. They went crazy.
For sure.
Hot breath in the hands. You know
Right. That's how you know. I'm done. That's hilarious. Nah, but why? The first time I heard Doechii.
Oh, okay.
First off, that's my girl. Mm-hmm. She's Billboard's Woman of the Year, fun fact.
Shout out to Doechii.
Mm-hmm. The first time I heard her, I was like, see, this is what we not going to do. Because DJ Brother Z, shout out to DJ Brother Z, he made the beat. This man used to tell me that I rapped like a 90s hip-hop star. And he said that flow is never going to come back. That flow is gone, it's weak, it's past its time. He said you need a time machine if you want to be hot in the rap game with those bars. And then here come Doechii. Tell me she is not reminiscent of that exact era. But let's be honest. She's next level. And her song Anxiety,
it be trying me. Anxiety.
Whoo, that song, like I feel that song in my spirit, Ben. Okay.
Why do you feel it in your spirit?
Because I have anxiety, okay? I got anxiety, Ben.
You know what? You actually do.
I have anxiety. People be trying me. Nah, she was talking to me. Doechii was writing this song about me, baby. Come on now.
That's
Anybody
funny.
with anxiety feels that song, like straight up. It's anxiety. People try and be. Feel it quietly. I don't know what the other words are.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Somebody's
all I
watching me. It's my anxiety. But nah, she snapped. And first off, that beat goes hard. Shout out to Goyete. What's his name? Goyte?
Goy something.
You know who I'm talking about.
It went hard.
People that I used to, or somebody I used to know. There you go. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Take me to 2013. That was my record. That was my record.
He snapped.
Do you know a fun fact? They just strove to be one-hit wonders. They didn't want to actually have a whole music career. They was like, you know what? We're gonna drop this one song and then vanish, and that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. So shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them.
I actually wrote a verse to that song so long ago.
Did you?
Yeah. Somebody I used to know.
Wow. That beat is hard, though.
No,
it is.
It's been crazy. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's just a testament to real art and real people who are crafty with it. They know how to recreate a song and make it their own. So shout out to
I couldn't agree more. No, I couldn't agree more. No, she killed that. But that being said, there are other rappers from the 90s that are coming back and swinging our way.
Some from the 80s.
Some from the 80s. Well, yeah, you're right. Actually, you are absolutely right.
That's like 40 years ago.
No.
Hey, I'm saying, man, folks still out here rapping.
I did not mean to laugh at that, but that was funny. Shout out to all y'all who were born before the 80s, because, yeah.
Damn.
I'm just saying, because if you were rapping in the 80s, you were born well before the 80s.
You was born like 68.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King just got shot.
Okay.
That's nothing to laugh at, but, I'm just saying. It definitely documents your time.
They remember where they were when JFK and Bobby. No, let me stop.
On some Dr. Ken stuff.
You feel me?
I was 5 years old in Chicago.
I'm just saying. Because I really do be watching documentary. When people say that kind of stuff, they be like, I was in the 7th grade when I'm like, dang, how old are you now?
For real, though, 75.
Right? Yeah, but they look good for 75 because you don't expect it.
It is true that black don't crack, man.
Okay. Nah, but I'm talking about Will Smith, who just dropped an album, and I think he's fully leaning into, I don't want to say his villain arc, but is it giving, it's almost giving like the dark Will Smith or something. I don't even know, because Will is really leaning into this whole slap thing, the slap that was heard around the world, and I can't even believe it. This was only 3 years ago that this happened, when he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. But that seems to be the basis of his new album that he put out, which, by the way, he curses on that album. I'm not used to Will Smith cussing, so this is not the Will Smith of the 80s and the 90s, okay? This is 2025 Will Smith.
It makes me think of that line from Eminem when he said, I'm not Will Smith. Let's see. He says, I'm not Will Smith. I have to cuss my record. So F you and F you too. But this is where Big Willie is now. It's 2025.
Facts.
He cussing.
Facts. No, facts. And he made 2 extremely important phone calls before recording his new album, according to People. He called Jay-Z and he called Kendrick Lamar, asking them for advice. So he said, listen, I'm going to the top. He said, the big 3. He went to Kendrick and then he went to Jay. And he said Jay-Z told him, don't fake your story.
Right.
And he actually said that his advice is what inspired the name of the album, which is based on a true story. How do you feel about, well, first off, Will just resurging his rap career at all?
To be honest with you, Mel.
He's 56, by the way. Not that that matters.
That's okay. Shout out to Big Willie, man.
Shout out to Big Willie.
I think at the end of the day, he is inspiring people to, just be true and authentic to who you are.
Yep.
Expressing yourself has no age limit on it.
Sure
It has no
doesn't.
time limit on it.
Nope.
Big Will, Will Smith may have been, or still is, an A-list Hollywood celebrity and all that. But it's just like, he's finding different what I want to say, avenues to express himself in. He had to, channel something that actually brought him here to where he is right now. And it's hip hop. We wouldn't even know who Will Smith is if he didn't decide to pick up a pen and start rapping.
That part.
So he's getting back into his roots. He's getting back into his roots and just getting back to what, inspired him to be this Big Willie. So I appreciate him rapping. And again, I appreciate it because ultimately this is something that pushes the culture forward, so to speak, because I'm certain there's going to be somebody out there who's going to be willing to pay if he does decide to go on tour at all, to pay to see Will Smith perform.
Yep.
He's 56, but that'll be like one of the oldest rappers to go out and actually do a tour. Because honestly, I could see Will Smith doing a full-out tour. Like
absolutely.
if he wanted to, he could do it.
Absolutely.
Like I'm saying arena after arena after arena.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, first off, Will, he has bars, okay? Like Will Smith, whether he writes his lyrics or not is irrelevant. I think that Will Smith is actually a lot like Drake in the sense of he's just an artist.
Right.
He can make a hit. You feel me? Like I
don't know if he can make a hit.
I think he can.
I ain't gonna front.
Dog.
What's the last hit you liked by Will Smith?
Wild Wild West. I like
you
that.
Like the Wild Wild West?
I like that song.
I like the movie. I'm not gonna lie. The movie's one of my favorites.
The movie's hard.
Yeah.
Low Key is one of his best movies. Low Key.
Although he hates that movie. Will Smith hates
he hates it because he turned down The Matrix to do that movie.
To do the Wild Wild West.
And I mean, I'd be a little sour about that too.
Well, because I mean that takes you down a little rabbit hole. Because I mean, ultimately, Neo in the Matrix was supposed to be a black man.
It was,
you know,
but Will turned it down.
It's crazy.
I know.
I mean, I guess that would have been super iconic, especially when we think about how cryptic things are today. So.
But you know, in his defense, this was the '90s. Wild West or, you know, some futuristic. I think we were still low-key a little bit in the old, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we weren't that, you know, used to having computers and things like that.
I mean, Toy Story had just come out, and that's a classic example of the Wild West versus futuristic.
That's
Woody
true.
and Buzz. He went the Woody route. He should have went with Buzz Lightyear.
I think that just says that Will Smith was... I think he's saying that ultimately he wished he would have had the foresight or the vision to look forward into what, you know,
well, don't we all?
Be.
Don't we all?
You know, like they say, hindsight is 20/20.
Yes, it is.
You know, so me personally, though, if I was to pick a movie, I'm picking something that I think will actually happen in the future, and I'm going to act that role out.
I feel that. Actually, yep, I definitely appreciate that. But his album, it just dropped. It dropped on the 28th of March. I've already listened to it. I love it. Like I said, I think that Will Smith makes great music, and I'm not just saying that. I feel and Jay-Z said this too, I feel like Will is finally making the music he's always wanted to make. Because remember, he used to say, I don't curse. And and that was kind of like his brand. He wanted to be like family friendly. He was clean.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, like, it's like he's leaning into his villain arc, but he's not a villain per se. But it's like he can finally be who he really is deep down inside. He could be, you know, the homie from West Philadelphia, but like for real, the homie from West Philly. Because let's be honest, he made that real PC. You know, West Philly is not all sunshine and rainbows. And I know the whole point was he got beat up on the basketball court. That's why he went, you know.
Right.
But like,
relaxing and acting all cool.
But like, he even still made it seem kind of like, a couple of guys where it was like,
it was real serious out there.
You feel? So my point is, I honestly think after the slap, all bets off because now we know. Now we know that Big Willie is capable of slapping somebody.
Right.
He's never done anything like that. And so I think he says, screw it. I'm 56 now. I'm going to make the music I want to make. And so he went to two of the best in the game. He got advice from them, and here he is dropping an album.
And I think it's important for Will to do. So when we talk about the idea of rebranding yourself, I think that's where he's at right now. He's rebranding his image and what the old Will Smith you guys used to be, the pristine old Will Smith. I don't think we'll see that ever again. You know? I think this is the Will Smith who, like he said, is leaning into his dark side. And I personally
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it because ultimately I think we, you know, human beings were dual by nature. You know, I could go down a rabbit hole for y'all or whatever, but we're dual by nature. So, you know, eventually his darker side or evil version of himself or whatever has to come to light. So Will can actually be balanced. There has to be a balance there. And I think this is Will Smith finding that balance. And again, just letting people know that, you know, he still has it and where you can be in life. You know, if you can still be 56 years old rapping and making millions of dollars if you choose to do so and follow the right path.
No, you're right. That's absolutely. But now, you know, I want to switch gears a little bit, still stay on the rap track, but there's a lot of other things that are happening in hip hop and just in rap specifically. First off, I mean, come on. Before we get into like the real crazy of it all, Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka Flay.
Dog, this man, which he actually posed a super valid question. It wasn't a question. This man made a statement. So basically, Waka was talking about whether you would save your wife or save your child. So recently, he was doing an interview, and he said that he would save his wife versus his kid if they both fell off of a boat.
Damn.
Both fell off of a boat. Real quick, because this is where we could insert the sound. I just realized, Ben, I don't think we can do that because it's YouTube.
Yes, we can.
We can?
You can. I got it right here.
Well, then guess what, YouTube? Here we go.
Period. That's it.
I love my wife before I love my child. How could I choose my child over something or someone that created you? I come respectfully. I gotta make another one. Cause I cannot make the same woman I love. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Like you can't play with love.
Scenario: you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean with your wife and your child, and it's still a young child. Both of them get lodged into the water.
My wife.
You're gonna save your wife?
Hell yeah.
Why?
It's my wife.
Period. That's it.
I love my wife before I love my child. How could I choose my child over something or someone that created you? I come respectfully.
First off, this man, he didn't even let her finish the question. He said, my wife. Next question. So, it's a twofold. First off, I appreciate that interviewer for even posing that question. Such a great debate. I was telling Benjamin this. I saw something where it essentially was an anecdote, if you will, for married couples. And it was advice saying you should always put your relationship before your relationship with your spouse before your relationship with your children. Because if mom and dad or, whatever the parental figures are, if they are happy, the kids will be happy. Whereas if all the focus goes on the kids, I mean, more often than not, the parents, they start to separate in the sense of like having fewer things in common, not spending time together, not going on dates, not knowing each other as much or as well as they did once before, kind of evolving in separate directions. And then once the kids are grown, it's like, what do we have now? We're two strangers trying to find our way back together. May as well split up and find somebody else new because we're starting over regardless. And I'm not saying all relationships are that way, of course, but it is a common path that a lot of married couples have followed, unfortunately. It's human nature. So that anecdote was saying you should put your relationship with your spouse first, make sure you make time to be with them, and that should be your number one priority. Your kids should be second. I agree with that. However, I don't think I would save my spouse before saving my child, especially because she was specific, Ben. She said a young child. So let's say this child is under the age of 5. He said we can make more. How old are we? When is this happening? Like, is it giving, valid. You feel me? Like, is it giving tubes were tied? Like, were things removed? Are we past the point of being able to reproduce? Like, I just think that there's valid questions that need to be asked. I know it's just a scenario.
Okay, so scenario.
Yeah.
Scenario, you're still able to breed. All right, you're still able to have a child.
Yeah.
You're prime age right now, but you're married.
Yep.
And then you guys have a 6-year-old kid.
Okay.
Together. You guys are out vacationing in the Bahamas, on a nice cruise. He falls off. He, she, whatever. They. It doesn't matter.
Like, this is my scenario?
Yeah.
He falls off.
He falls off. Okay.
What?
I'll just be mad. Whatever. Okay, he falls off the boat. The child falls off the boat as well. You're going to save your husband or your child?
My child.
Why the child? You're just going to forget your guy?
It's not about that. It's giving, I love you. Thank you for helping me. I'll raise him in your honor. Nah, but real talk, like, I know how I will be.
You can make another, though.
I know you can, but I could also get married again. You can't.
Oh,
there is no replacing a child. And you know what, Ben? I think it's because I'm a woman and I'm a mom to my dogs. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, so I already consider myself a mama. I'm not a mom to a human baby, not yet. God willing, I will be one day. I can tell you right now, a mother's love is unlike any other love. And I would never allow my child to die, to be injured, to be hurt in any shape, way, or form on my watch.
Okay.
Not on my worst day. And I know that for a fact. I just wouldn't be able to do it.
So let me ask you this then. Scenario, right? Child grows up without their father. Now they look at you one day and they, Mom, I can't stand you. You should have let dad survive. You should have died. How you going to feel
then? That's different. You know what?
16 years into the future.
Then I did a bad job raising that child.
I mean, but, they get in rebellion stages.
They do, but I think...
I hate my mom.
But if you have a kid that says that to you, then you got to look inward. I'm not saying that we're in total control as parents, because obviously we're not.
Mm-hmm. You're raising a whole human being.
But I don't think it's normal for a child to hate their parents. I got to look at the parents.
I mean, but it seems so prevalent these days.
Not really.
You don't think so?
What child do you know hates their parents?
I don't know. I watch a lot of Maury.
See, and that's the thing. You can't be watching Maury. You can't be watching Maury.
I'm just saying, Maury, they end up having to send their child to boot camp, because the child beats up the mom or beats up the dad or just runs the whole household.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be little bitty old you and some little kid named Damien.
Oh, I'm gonna get married again. That kid gonna have a daddy. You feel me? No, but like
Okay.
I just think that I really do. I think that mom, like that's why they call them mama bears. I know Papa Bear is the thing too, but like I really do think that moms and their kids, you know what I mean? That bond, it's just different.
Form some kind of bond.
I can't imagine saving my husband over my child, but I also hope I'm marrying a man who understands I had to let him go so that the kid could live. That kid has only been here for 6 years.
Facts, bro. We've been together for like at least 20 years
But
type stuff.
No. You've been here for 40 years. You're good. You got your 40 years in. Congratulations.
It's crazy.
God did.
You can't trust these ladies out
God
here, man.
did. I'm
Can't
just
trust these
saying.
females.
I'm just saying. So my husband gonna understand. You feel me? And if he
all
don't,
good.
guess what? I'll meet him in the kingdom of heaven one day, and we'll talk about it then.
Or maybe you'll be in hell because you sacrificed somebody.
No, God's will.
Hey, God's will. Speaking of God's will, let's talk about Ye's will.
Oh my Lord.
KKA. That's what they're talking about.
There's something wrong with him. I think there's something wrong with your fellow Gemini.
You think so?
I think y'all need special meds.
Man,
I think whatever normal crazy people take, y'all need to take like double that amount. And then after that, double it again, and then you'll be fine. Because like I really do think he's off his rocker.
Okay.
And I say that respectfully. I think that Ye has gone off the deep end, but like willingly.
Yeah.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think he knows what he's saying. He's very well aware. I think he needs attention. He needs love. He needs his mama. We know that.
He really does need love.
And I'm not. I would
That's
never
real.
speak disrespectfully about the deceased. I actually really do mean that.
Yeah.
And I think that we're seeing it play out in real time again.
Yeah.
And I just really hate that there is no one there who seems to be able to provide him what he. I'm not saying people aren't trying, but I feel bad for him that he clearly doesn't have what he needs.
Yeah, I on one end, I definitely do feel for Kanye because I really do feel like all these antics he's doing is a cry out for help. Like one of the biggest things in a recent scenario that he, I guess, put out there with DJ Academics in an interview. He went on, mind you, he's in an all-black KKK outfit, which is all leather,
gosh. Who does that?
Nazism to the
Who does that?
some degree. But I think, like you said before,
So
though,
weird.
Mel, I think he needs some help because he goes on to say, and he needs like real love, somebody who really genuinely cares about him.
know.
Because he goes on to say, like, they took my family from me. Like he was trying to make a family after he lost somebody who was so big and important to him in his life. So now he's talking about even his own children. He goes on to say that Hollywood is starting to take my own family away from me in front of me, and I can't do anything to help this, and so he's crying out for help. That's why he's talking about F the Jay-Z's of the world, F Kim Kardashian, all these people, all these expletives. But ultimately Kanye West, from what I saw and listened to, he sounds like to me that he feels like he's been betrayed by the entire industry. Forget just the music industry. He's talking about the elitist of the world, have even turned their backs on Kanye West. So I think that's where this outrage is coming from. And, Kanye and the people who have been at that status know more and better than we do. They know what's happening behind closed doors, and I think that's why he's lashing out all the time. Do I agree with it? I don't, but I don't know what this man has been through and is still going through. It seems like to me, on one end, he needs to be coddled by his mom and get a nice hug from his mom, because I can definitely understand losing a parent. But on the other end, it also seems to me that he uses these moments to, draw attention to himself. He just released an album called Bully about like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if the album's doing any good. I haven't heard anybody spin it, but maybe that's why he went on these this rant and keeps going on these rants to draw more attention to him. I don't get it, but Mel, maybe he needs love from you. Maybe you pull up on him. Kanye, I'm here for you.
The thing is, though,
I'm a Yeezy fan.
And I used to be. But I miss the old Kanye.
He's never coming back.
I don't think so either.
Nope.
But the thing is, people keep giving him a platform. So first off, DJ Academics, we're not even gonna get into him.
What?
The fact that he gave Ye a platform in the midst of so I don't want to go down this path, honestly, because it's disgusting. But what he said about Jay-Z and Beyonce's children after he said that, the fact that DJ Academics gave him a platform, anyway, because he's feeding the beast.
Well, he is feeding the beast. DJ Academics was looking for a big interview.
I know.
Everybody's last memory of DJ Academics was him talking to a 15-year-old boy about some sexual activities that he shouldn't have. So,
well, and DJ Academics said he was talking. He said people think you don't take responsibility for your own choices. And one of the choices, his relationship with Kim Kardashian. And Ye agreed with him. But this is where things took a horribly dark turn in typical Ye fashion. He said, quote, "That was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan. I'm sorry. Your children, if they haven't already, I don't care how young they are, these kids have exposure to the internet. You know they do. These kids are going to see these things. Certain things just shouldn't be said." He talks about how the Kardashians are raising his black children and doing this, that, and the other and not letting him see. And they took the copyright for Northwest's name, which is really messed up. But the fact that he's saying those type of things, it's like he's trying to, he's trying to hurt Kim, but he's hurting his children. And he's not thinking about his children. And it leads me to believe, unfortunately, the Kardashians may be onto something and probably knew he was not the father for them that he needs to be. And that is probably why he is not seeing them as often as he should be. And Ben, I'm only saying that because I don't know what kind of parent says something like that. What kind of parent says, I knew within 2 months of being with that woman, I did not want to have kids with her. I shouldn't have had kids with her. I regret it. Who says that? When you have 4 children with this woman who are going to read and see and be told they're going to be made fun of, they're going to be bullied. This is going to follow them forever.
Yeah, I think somebody who is a sucker says those type of things, be honest with you.
A sucker?
Yeah.
What's a sucker, though? What do you mean by a sucker?
So we talk about being a simp, right? I think Kanye West was simping when he met Kim Kardashian.
Well, he said that she was his muse.
Yeah,
so
she
why
was
did
his
you
muse.
why did you marry your muse? Who marries their muse? Who has children with their muse? Your muse is there for your creative outlet. They're not the person you're supposed to settle down with.
Well, isn't it beautiful, though, if your muse...
No, it's not. This one's not. This is not
if
cute.
your muse can be your wife?
No, because this is
the
trash.
mother of your children?
This is trash. This is horrible.
But like I said, though, I think Kanye was simping when he did get with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And then in the relationship with Kim K, I'm certain that added more, frustration and pain to the pain he was already going through. Because honestly, being with a hoe is a tough ordeal. All right, when you know she done been around with a lot of your homies, all right, and you trying to be the man that you want to be, it's messing with you. It's going to mess you up psychologically if you walk into a party and everybody in that party has been with your chick. Nah, that's not the move, especially when you over here proclaiming yourself to be a god, proclaiming yourself to be a king. It's definitely going to hurt your ego. But
I don't even think that you can use those excuses because he knew what he was getting himself into. He wanted the woman that all the men wanted. So you can't... I hear what you're saying, but to me, it's like you're making excuses in the sense of like, oh, it was probably hard for him to marry the woman that everyone else has been with.
No, it wasn't hard for him.
He wanted to marry that woman.
Yeah, but that's what a simp does, though. It's like you're going to give all your heart to this woman who basically at the end of the day, as old folks would say, got your nose wide open. She got your nose wide open, so you're not seeing the truth. But with that being said, I'm certain that added more pain to and frustration to everything else he had going on, especially just losing his mom. And it's so... The irony is, his mom died because she was about to get plastic surgery, but he ends up marrying the woman who, made plastic surgery even more famous than what it already was. So it's just, dang, it's unfortunate. But at the same time, I think, just like we always talk about with the Kardashian curse, I think the Kardashian curse also happened to Kanye. They get these black men.
He cursed himself.
They get these black men, and the next thing you know, they ain't right. They ain't the same at all no more.
He cursed himself. You know that.
You know it's some dangerous with the Kardashians.
And I... Listen.
Come on now.
Oh, I don't believe in coincidence. Okay. I don't believe in coincidence.
Right,
I'm not saying that.
Rob Kardashian don't be around for a reason.
Well, no, none of the men be around. It's only the women. Like even like
Scott Disick, the only one who got away.
Even the son. Well, he's still very much involved.
Well, oh yeah, okay.
Not that I don't know.
Not to that extent anymore.
Right. But one headline I want to read to you. So from Rolling Stone, because his album, like you said, his album just came out. They put out a headline. First off, it's under the category complicated figures, which it's giving y'all created that category because of Kanye. But the headline says
he would go to say he's the genius because he forced them to make that headline. That's funny.
No, for real. He'll spin it.
Ego. I got a big ego.
But this headline, this Rolling Stone article, so this is the title of it. It says, despite himself, Kanye West almost made a half-decent album. Subtext, as he sets his legacy on fire with hateful speech online, Ye shows glimmers of the artist he once was. Unfortunately, it's too little, too late. Do you agree with that sentiment?
No.
You don't. So you think it's possible for him to regain his fandom, for him to come back after everything? I'm not just talking about them, because the most recent things
I'm talking about
are
up till
awful.
right now.
No.
I'm talking Kanye from when we were introduced to Kanye
To right now.
to where he is right now.
You think he can come back from all of this?
100%, because he's not going anywhere. That's the thing. Kanye West is too big of a figure for him to ever leave. Okay, and then on top of that, when he was going on his rant talking about Lucien and all these people who control the industry, Kanye West said it himself. He signed a deal back in 2003, 2004, stating that his main occupation will always and forever have to be being a producer. He always will forever have to make music for the rest of his life. So if we're thinking about, the elites of the music industry, they will never, ever allow Kanye West to not make music ever again, even if that means they kill him and then they make an AI Kanye West, because Kanye is too big of a figurehead. And on top of that, you got to think about this. This man ran to be president back in 2020. All right, so that means that Kanye West has an unwavering fan base, regardless of what people gonna say about that man. And that's just that.
Well,
and somebody also made a Bible on his behalf. So think about that too. That's like a cult leader. I'm not saying he is a cult leader, but people have made a cult out of Kanye. So
I don't think it's possible for Ye to ever come even close to where he once was, because he's never going to have the black community again.
Lies.
Not.
That's lies.
Let me finish. Not the way he had them before. When I tell you we were putty in this man's hand, I will never look at him the same way after he not said but stood on when his remarks about how slavery was
a choice.
That and his oddly random and weird white supremacy, worship. I don't know. I guess that's the best way for me to put it. But one thing I do want to say real quick from this article that I really liked. Basically, he says there is no part of his current behavior that is a means to a solution or a clever plan. He's mentally ill. He is hateful, and he is a jealous man. And I think that's where, for me, he is his own worst enemy. Like him saying that slavery was a choice, you must really, really dislike yourself to say something like that and mean it. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the most hateful. Come on, Ben. That hurt my feelings in a way where you just can't come back from that.
Yeah.
And I really think he means that. Or maybe it's his mental illness, but I don't think he'll ever have a chokehold of the black community like he once did. I just don't. I think because he's a clown. I think he's a clown now. I don't believe 99% of the words that come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris Tucker. And I think he sold. I think he sold it. Everything.
You think he sold his soul?
Everything.
Sheesh.
And I don't think he'll ever come back from it. I really don't. I think he's gone way too far off the deep end. And unless he seeks real help, if he seeks help, there's a possibility of him coming back. I'll forgive him. But there's just some things that are unforgivable. And at the top of that list is what he said about Beyonce and Jay-Z's children. Because, I don't play about that. You don't say that kind of stuff about someone else's children.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That was definitely a low blow. I do think that, personally, me, if I was Jay-Z, Kanye, you could never be my friend again. Like, period. We done, bro. Ain't no way you my friend after you just disrespecting my kids like that, especially seeing how people talk online on the internet about his children. I mean,
how is Ye even outside anymore after that? I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
So some people, are asking now is, can Kanye West fight? Because at this point, somebody's gonna want to throw their hands with Kanye. Somebody's gonna want to throw hands with Kanye West.
Ye is 5'7", and you know how I know that? Because Estelle told us, an American Boy. She said, I met this 5'7" guy who's just my type. I was like, Ye? He's 5'7"? Hey, height has nothing to do with it.
I actually heard he's a lot shorter than that.
Well,
like so I have a brother. A brother who does fashion.
Okay.
Did you meet my brother last year?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's into fashion. Anyway, he went to a Grammy party out in L.A. and I actually met Kanye West. He said Kanye is actually shorter than him. So.
Oh wow.
I was like, sheesh.
And listen, height doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you can fight. But all I'm saying is, I mean, it do.
A 5'2" dude has no business fighting somebody who's 6 foot. Unless you got that heart. But hey, it's on you. I do know big dudes who can't fight though either. So
No, facts. Let us know what
Shaq
y'all.
Can't throw no bowls.
Shaq?
Yeah, Shaq ain't throwing no bowls, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna send this clip to him and see what he say.
Send it to him. I don't think Shaq can squad, bro.
All right.
I'm serious. He probably been a big dude his whole life.
You about to be on Shaq than a fool.
And was on. I'll put my face on screen. Look, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. I don't believe you can fight. I think you've been big your whole life.
Oh.
All right, I think you've been big your whole life and just use your body, and allow that to allow people to be intimidated by that, And ultimately, I think you're just a gentle giant, and I don't think there's nothing bad about that. Shaq, I think, is an American icon. He's an American treasure, and the day that he passes away, all of America will stop.
Ben, why do we have to throw that in there?
Well, I think about stuff like that.
Why?
Like I think about him. I think about Snoop Dogg. I think about Kanye West.
Oh,
like
Lord.
we're talking about Kanye right now. We're over here talking about like, hey, Kanye will never win the hearts of the black community ever again. But I guarantee you, if Kanye West was to pass away today, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, so many headlines are going up across the world.
Of course. But we'll also remember how crazy he was. And that's why he needs to stop. Like, stop destroying your own legacy.
In Kanye West fashion, he probably say, "I want to do it anyway." I remember at one point Kanye West was talking about, "Hey, you know what? I want to make it so I'm uncancelable, whatever." So I think on one end, he tries to push the envelope to the furthest degree that he possibly can. And I think it is, it's foolish and it's a detriment to his own success because now, Kanye, you're starting to become a caricature of yourself to where, like you said before, we're not really believing the things that you're saying anymore, Kanye. We're just thinking it's all for entertainment when, we take this back to Kanye West in 2004 or early 2000s, whatever y'all want to say, it felt more like from a genuine place. Whatever you were saying, from your from your poems to, the albums that you made, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, it just felt like it was genuine. But now these things don't feel genuine anymore. I remember, to be honest with you, Mel, I used to feel that nobody listened to Kanye West. I used to really feel like the people that I was around, nobody listened to Kanye. I was just listening to Kanye. And maybe my older brother from time to time, I'd see him listen to Kanye, but I felt like Kanye was my artist, and he was the one person that I'm like, nah, I know about him, nobody else does. I remember buying Late Registration, and I bought that album, and I remember looking at Late Registration. I had the Games documentary album, and Ludacris's album, and the album by D4L, and I said, what are these 4 albums right here are finna go down in history, and whoever the artist is behind this is finna become the king of hip-hop. I remember saying this. I was like 12, 13 years old, but this is how far my mind was going at the time. And luckily, it came out to be Kanye West. And I wouldn't even say that Kanye in his heyday was even the king of hip-hop. I would never say Kanye was actually ever the best, in my opinion, just because he had people like Lil Wayne, who was definitely way better than Kanye West at the time. Then after Lil Wayne, you still have a whole Drake run. By the time you enter the Drake era or whatever, Kanye West, his era is over with. His class, his peers
Ye was in his own category though. I didn't think anybody else sounded like him. Like to me,
I agree.
Like I thought it. To me, honestly, I thought it was Wayne. It was Ye. It was
like T.I.
Jay-Z.
Was he Jay-Z was before that though?
On tier 2.
I feel it. I get you.
You feel me?
Because T.I. it depends on who you're speaking with.
It do. But I put Big Sean up there with Kanye and with Wayne. That's just me.
How the hell you doing it?
I'm sorry, but
Big Sean is Lil Wayne and Kanye's son.
Big Sean, top 5 bars in rap. I I said it and I'm standing on it. If I had a gavel, I'd beat on it.
I'm not gonna lie, Big Sean's definitely one of my favorites for the past decade.
Top five.
Of all time?
Bars. I said bars, specifically bars.
You know what? Wherever Big Sean is right now, I hope he's listening because
I hope he's with Janae.
You got a fan over here.
I'm a fan.
I think you dope, Big Sean, but top 5 of all time. Look, he does have one of my favorite songs of all time, though. I'm not gonna lie. No, it's actually called Memories. It was off his very first.
I love John Legend.
No, you're thinking of the album cut. You're thinking of the album cut.
I am.
Mixtape cut Memories.
Yes.
Crazy, bro. I'll never forget being 19 years old, listening to Big Sean Memories, and had that joint on spin for at least like 20 times back to back to back to back.
I miss those days.
Like, oh my God, I would go back in my life if I really could. I would go back to just being 19 years old all over again, and then start from there and then go back up. Like that's what I would do. 19-year-old Benjamin couldn't tell me nothing.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I need y'all to tell us something. Let us know what you think about all this stuff going on. There's just a lot happening right now in the rap world. I feel like I don't know who Ye is trying to compete with as far as crazy goes, but Ye, you won. You're taking home first prize. You can go to bed now, okay? Like, please stop. Put it all to bed. Like, I'm serious. I'm still rooting for him because I love the old Kanye and I miss the old Kanye. But until he apologizes and like really stands on it and sees a therapist, maybe adopts a dog, just tries to better himself, I don't think he'll ever come back.
I don't think he'll ever come back unless he visits Milwaukee all over again.
Wow. And speaking of Truth Nation, gear up for a great time as Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook and over with our friends over at Visit Milwaukee. So set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, attractions, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world back to Wisconsin. For tickets, you can go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate. And when you go there, again, that's visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate, use the promo code VISIT for 50% off. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Really appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. We'll be back next week with some more. But before we get to next week, we're going to be having a conversation with our friend Ian Thompson from Visit Milwaukee. Going to talk a little bit more about Tailgate Week. We'll see you on the other side. What's up, y'all? It is time for us to get into all things Milwaukee. Although today it's going to be all things Green Bay. So we're here with Ian Thompson from Visit Milwaukee, and he is the Senior Communications Manager here to talk about Tailgate Week.
Yes, excited.
Super exciting.
Yes, so excited to have it. I mean, Milwaukee has such a storied history with the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
And just having that connection into Green Bay is what makes everything such a cool experiences for fans as well.
You know what? It's so, I don't know why, but it still feels surreal that we're going to be hosting the NFL draft. I don't know why it feels surreal because to me, Lambeau, Green Bay, for that matter, it's the perfect place. I mean, like you said, there's such a history there. Obviously, one of the original NFL teams remaining and the most decorated NFL team.
Yes.
Some people don't count the first few, but listen, we all do.
Yes,
they count. Thank you. You know.
100%.
You know. And Lambeau, I mean, obviously, there's just so much history there, of course. I always call it the happiest place on earth. But I just think it's really cool, and we're going to get into some things that people can be a part of with Tailgate Week. And I know that, first off, there's a lot of different activations that are going to be happening. It's over a 3-day period, which I think is very exciting. So I'm not saying you need to pull the kids out, but it's definitely worth bringing the kids along, going and taking a drive up to Green Bay, wherever you come from. I think either way, whether you go and participate in all 3 days or just go up there for a few things, it's going to be really fun. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. So first off, Ian, how are you feeling about Tailgate Week? I mean, Visit Milwaukee is going to be on the grounds, boots on the ground. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so we, in addition to the NFL draft happening in Green Bay, we are going to have a bunch of cool events that are happening here in Milwaukee. So fun fact, in 1939, we had the NFL draft here in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee.
So 85, it's almost about 85 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it was happening here in Milwaukee, and we have an opportunity to kind of bring that experience back to Milwaukee.
I love that. That's
when you're
great.
talking about Thursday night, so Thursday is the first night of the NFL draft, you're going to want to head over to Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. They have a giant screen there. So it is, you can seat over 200 people there, 2,000 square foot video wall. So you've got, you know, NFL draft, you've got other live games that are going on for that night as well. And you can just sit there and really enjoy some great food from the sports book. You can gamble, of course. And then if you wanted to have an extended experience, then you could go and stay at the hotel as well.
So you're telling me that things are happening not just up in Green Bay, but people can also do things here in the city. That's wonderful.
Yes,
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, we're gonna get into tailgate week. We got a lot of different things that are going on. And like we said, the NFL draft is coming to Green Bay in 2025. Ian, in your opinion, what does that mean? Not just for Green Bay, not just for Milwaukee, because like we said, there's going to be some events going on, but just the state as a whole. How exciting is this for all of us?
It's incredibly exciting for the entire state. I mean, when you're talking about economic impact, there's $94 million that will be brought into the state of Wisconsin.
Projected. Wow.
Yes, for the draft. So
Wow.
we do get a piece of that as well. So when you're talking about Milwaukee's impact on the draft, we will have shuttles that will be going back and forth up to Green Bay every single day with Milwaukee Food and City Tour, and then a bunch of other restaurants here locally as well. So a lot of people will actually be staying here in Milwaukee. So we're already seeing occupancy numbers rising for the people that are staying in the hotels for Milwaukee that we anticipate that will be going up to Green Bay. So it's not just an impact that is going to be only in Green Bay. It's also going to be here in Milwaukee as well.
Oh, that's so great. I love that. And also, I love that you're making it so convenient for people, you know, being able to shuttle them back and forth. I think that's really, really great. So we got Jordy Nelson. He's going to be there, which I want you to tell the people, you know, what exactly he's going to be doing. A massive tailgate is going to be happening, a live show, so many different things. But I want to ask you, what can fans expect when they walk in as far as food, drinks, entertainment? Like, sell us the NFL draft. Tell us why we should be on that shuttle going up to Green Bay.
Yeah, so, well, I'll talk a little bit first about the events that are happening here in the city of Milwaukee.
Perfect.
So when you said Jordy Nelson is the big name, right? You've got a Super Bowl champion. In addition to Jordy Nelson, you've got Mason Crosby, right? Mason Crosby's, you know, the points leader for the Green Bay Packers of all time. So you've got two really big headliners. In addition to that, Nick Collins, who is a two-time, I think not MVP, but Pro Bowler.
Yeah, there you go.
As well. So, I mean, when you're talking about bringing star talent here, it's also inside the huddle, right? So you've got a great radio show that is being filmed and recorded live here in Milwaukee.
Love it.
So when you walk in the door, you're going to have the inside the huddle taping. There's going to be a mini combine hosted by Journey House Packers flag football as well. So that will be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be participating in that. I don't know if you want to get in the combine as well, but that's something that they have.
It's a flag football combine?
Mini combine. So
mini combine. Wait, for flag football?
I don't even know 100% of the
it.
details of that, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to show up and I'm going to maybe just get myself into it no matter what.
I just need to know if I can tackle Ben. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to know if you can tackle? Yeah, you're calling your best your biggest enemy and just saying, hey, I want to have you show up for this event. You know, we're going to do some competitive things.
For sure.
But in addition to that, there's going to be an adaptive sports area, which is powered by Wisconsin Adaptive Sports Association, and mascots, right? So,
yes,
when you're thinking about sports, you're thinking about mascots. You know, there will be Bovine from the Milwaukee Milkmen. You're going to see Brad Beach from the Milwaukee Wave. You're going to see some of the Brewers mascots stopping by. I don't know if it's going to be the Racing Sausages yet, or if it's going to be Bernie, but somebody from the Milwaukee Brewers will be there. So that's kind of what you get with the general admission ticket when you up your game. So actually, let me just talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
So general admission starts at $10 plus the fees. So you can get in the door.
That's so reasonable.
You know,
$10?
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, for under $25 getting in the door.
That's
so, you know, you'll have an opportunity to, you know, listen to the Inside the Huddle. You'll have an opportunity to participate in all those other events as well. But when you up your game a little bit, you've got VIP, right? So VIP includes your player meet and greet, so you got a chance to actually rub shoulders with Mason Crosby, Jordy Nelson.
And where are we right now? So you're saying $10, like where, this is in Milwaukee
Yes, this is in Milwaukee at UW Milwaukee Panther Arena.
Okay, so just to be clear. Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we're downtown. We're at the Panther Arena. $10, that's the initial admission fee, but then you said you can up that. Okay, great.
You can up the game if you want to hang out with Jordy and,
absolutely.
and with Mason as well.
Love it.
I mean, those are the kind of things that are happening. I mean, this is going to be kind of a reaction, right? Where you have an opportunity to learn a little bit more of the inside, and like inside the huddle, the inside thoughts of, some of these former professional Packer players. And you're going to hear a little bit about, what they think that, the Packers should be doing as far as their picks and, reactions to who they picked over the weekend as well. So it's definitely going to be a cool experience, an experience unlike any other. And this is kind of like a once in a lifetime experience, right?
Absolutely.
Like, we don't know when we're going to get the draft again here in Wisconsin. And, I highly recommend taking as much advantage of it as you can.
Well, and Ian, to your point, anytime any event like this, let's say like the 2020 Ryder Cup, which was in 2021, of course, but anytime a major event like that comes to our state, I always encourage those around me and, on social media, go. Take your kids, go experience it, because it's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. They're all so different, and it really is unique. And even from a cultural standpoint, I'm not a huge golfer, but going to the Ryder Cup and experiencing that and just seeing how beautiful it was, which first off, I had no idea how beautiful Whistling Straits is. Stunning. One of the best golf courses in the world. Literally, I didn't know that.
Yes.
It's right in Sheboygan. It's so close by. So my point is, anytime something like this is in our great state, go. It is so important, and not only that, but just go and support. It's fun to have like the locally grown, like the ones who are right down the street, come there, support, show up, because how easy is it to say, oh, it's close by, like, oh, I'll just watch from home. No, go and be a part of it. Trust me, you will not regret it.
Yeah, and the thing that we always hear about Milwaukee and Wisconsin as a whole is that there's always things that are unexpected, right?
Yeah.
You never know what's going to end up happening. You never know the surprise guests that are going to be there as well. I had a friend that just told me that they went to their first Milwaukee Wave game, right? They were like, I don't like soccer. They had, all these stigmas before, and then they went and they had a blast, right?
Wave games are awesome.
Yes, this is kind of the experience that we're expecting as far as, people that aren't even sports fans should go and check these events out.
I agree.
The sports enthusiasts, the sports diehards, they're going to absolutely love these events as well.
Well, not to mention, again, we know that there's going to be food, drinks, entertainment. So even if you're not a huge football fan, there's probably still going to be some things there for you to appreciate and enjoy.
Yes, yeah.
I love that.
That's what we talk about with the Wave being there and with the Milkmen being there as well, and the Brewers. I mean, you're going to get an opportunity to showcase a whole bunch of different sports all in one arena.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, so you talked about the two different levels of admission. Now, let's get into what's going to be happening in Green Bay. So let's say that people, they're enjoying the events that are happening here in Milwaukee. Now they want to take that shuttle up to Green Bay. What can they expect up there?
Yeah, so a bunch of different companies here are bringing shuttles up to Green Bay, including Stenny's, Milwaukee Brathaus. So when they get into Green Bay, it's going to be an absolutely incredible experience. So we will actually have some vendors that are from Milwaukee. I can't release who they are as of yet, but we will be represented very well in Milwaukee as far as, you can go up there and you can get food and drinks from Milwaukee-based vendors.
Oh, great.
So in addition to that, there's going to be, the Tailgate Central. You have an opportunity to be in with everyone, right? So Detroit had 700,000 people descending upon the city for the draft last year. The numbers as of right now are anticipated over 200,000 in Green Bay. That number is only going to grow. You can actually, and also this is a free event, right? So the draft, all you have to do is go on the NFL app. You get to search through a couple of things, but then you get to the app, you download your ticket. It's a free event.
That's important to know. I assumed that it was ticketed.
No. Free event. Well, free ticketed. Yes.
Free ticketed, but you have to go on the app and make sure you claim those tickets. Gotcha. That makes sense.
The NFL Pass app.
The NFL Pass app. So that's really good information to know. So some of these events you do have to pay for, but if you're taking the shuttle up to Green Bay, that's a free event.
Yes, the event to get into the NFL
right.
draft is free. The shuttles, however, are
Right.
to, yes.
But still, oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's a great family experience as well. When I was going and signing up for tickets, you could get like up to 6 different tickets that you could register. So it's not just like, oh, I can only go with, my significant other, and everything else. This is a great opportunity to bring basically the whole family up to Green Bay to be able to experience these things. So, that adds to the experience that you don't have to worry about like, oh, is it going to be a $40 ticket and multiply that times 5 people?
Right.
That's how things kind of just landslide a little bit with families. But this is an experience that you have an ability to get into for free. So I mean, nothing better than free, right?
Seriously, especially when you have a bunch of kids.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so you take the shuttle up to Green Bay. Like you said, that's where the draft is. It's a free event, but people do need to go on NFL Pass, go claim those tickets.
Yes.
Do you know what are some of the things that people can expect up in Green Bay?
So they've announced a couple of things. It's a tailgate experience that they've kind of announced up there as well. There aren't a lot of specifics as far as things go. They've announced 250,000 square feet viewing area. It will be on Lambeau Field. So they will have a couple of different areas kind of mapped out for it. When you're talking about the entire expansive NFL experience, it's going to take over 800,000 square feet. So it takes over the stadium's west side and much of the Titletown area as well.
Wow.
I mean, it's going to be incredible. If you look at some of the renderings, it's like, I can't wait to see how this is going to be activated. Myself, I'm going to be up there on Thursday. So I'm looking forward to my first NFL draft. And I think a lot of people in the state will be their first NFL draft as well, right? So in the past couple of years, they had Detroit last year and then Nashville a couple of years before. So, I mean, this is an incredible experience that, elevates the state of Wisconsin to new heights.
Absolutely. Well, I think any opportunity for us to show everybody what a hidden gem, not just the state, but just like we have so many other hidden gems within that, and Green Bay, I think, is one of them. Titletown is beautiful. It's great. It's expansive. They have so many, and they have a lot of things that happen all year round, not just during the football season, not just in the summer. So I can only imagine the type of activations they're going to have there. They've got some really great stuff.
Yeah, the NFL knows how to put on a party unlike anyone else. They've done the drafts for, over almost, I think it's about 100 years or something like that. And then you think about the Super Bowls. They haven't announced the live music acts as of yet, but I anticipate that those are going to be absolutely
They're going to be great.
killer.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's going to be great.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, you know what? I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I appreciate all of this information. Please let us know where people can go and get more information if needed. And just let us know if there's anything else that the people should know before they go and register for these different events.
Yeah, visit milwaukee.org/tailgate. Easy to remember, right?
Love it, yeah.
So that's where you can get the information on the Inside the Huddle. You can get more information about shuttles. If you're from out of town, there's information about hotel deals on there as well. So there's so many different things that you can find on this page.
Okay.
Also want to mention as well, City Tours MKE is doing like a little bit of a history tour as well. So you can find information for that on there. All of this information is very useful on visitmilwaukee.org.
Absolutely. Ian, thank you so much again. Ian Thompson from Visit Milwaukee. And I have to let you all know, Truth Nation, it's time to gear up for a great time at Sports Milwaukee hosts Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. So, like Ian and I talked about just not too long ago, set for April 24th to the 26th, Milwaukee Tailgate Week features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, attractions, brews, restaurants, and venues. As the 2025 draft takes center stage in Green Bay, Sports Milwaukee and the Cream City are excited to welcome the football world back to Wisconsin. For tickets, like Ian said, you can go to visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate and use the promo code VISIT for 50% off. Brought to you by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Ian, thank you so much again. Really appreciate you. I always enjoy our conversations. Truth Nation, we will see you at NFL Draft Week. Bye, y'all.